Welcome to the HCI family of podcasts. We're your source for personal, professional, and organizational growth and development. We share our own original research, explore industry trends, and interview executives and thought leaders from across the globe. Join us for practitioner-oriented content around all things leadership, HR, talent management, organizational development, and change management. Maximize your personal and organizational potential with the HCI family of podcasts. Ajay Malik, welcome to the conversation today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here.
It is a pleasure to be with you. You're joining us from California. I'm south of Salt Lake City in Utah. And today we're going to be talking about common misconceptions and challenges that businesses face when incorporating AI into their workflows. You know, we're in the age of disruptive technologies, and AI being one of the most disruptive. We have large language models, deep machine learning, that I think is really challenging a lot of us and how we think about the work that we do. We talk a lot about displacement of workers, or at least displacement of tasks in the type of work that we do. And so we have to think about not only the future of work, but really the future of work is now, and how the work that we're doing is shifting. And so we're going to talk about incorporating AI effectively as we lean into the technology, as we lean into the disruption, how we can leverage it to actually enhance our ability to work effectively, how we can leverage it and incorporate it into our workflows more effectively and efficiently. We're going to unpack all this and discuss this together as we go through this conversation today. As we get started, I wanted to share Ajay's bio with everybody. Ajay Malik is a visionary leader renowned for delivering cutting-edge technology products, boasting a track record of successful execution. He prioritizes user-centric solutions and has formed top-tier teams, accumulating over 90 patents. Ajay stands out as an innovator. As the author of RTLS for Dummies and Artificial Intelligence for Wireless Networking, he showcases expertise in real-time location systems and AI-driven wireless networking. Ajay spearheads Secomind, a progressive company seamlessly integrating AI into products and workflows through the StudioX platform. StudioX offers tailored AI applications, positioning businesses at the forefront of their industries. A wonderful background. I'm thrilled to have the chance to sit down with you. Anything you would like to share by way of your background or personal context before we dive on in?
No, it's perfect. I have been lucky. I have got to work in many companies like Cisco, Motorola, Google. And after Google, I started this company. And it has been a very exciting, rewarding, and blessed career.
Maybe we can start there. Like, what inspired you to delve into this intersection of AI and technology? And how has your passion for this evolved over the years?
So I tell you this, okay? Well, that will tell you my age, of course. Well, I'm old. I have been working in the industry for a long time now. So when I passed out in my college, like 1989, my final year project was in AI, expert systems, okay? And after that, the AI became kind of, they call it a AI winter number two. And it was like really subsided. Nobody was talking about it, right? And then AI picked up, and at that time I had joined Google, and it was like, the prediction. I was heading the data centers, engineering corp network. I had about 9 data centers in the team. And the whole thing that the traffic is increasing, and you cannot put new servers, new network, new pipes, new cables in a snap. It takes time. So you
Yeah.
have to plan. So you know what that means? You have to forecast. You have to predict what will be the usage and where I will need the gear, where will I need the cable. And that was like, oh my God, I started really enjoying it. So powerful to plan for the future with data so that you can actually plan and you don't fall when the problem future happens, and that the aspect of AI that you can be ready for the future, I really liked. And that was one of the reason I started the company Secomind. And the whole reason was, hey, AI can be used, must be used, because every business has to look into the future. And that's how it started. And of course, in the meantime, now we have generative AI picked up. And so, like now we do both classic AI and generative AI, and it is exciting.
Yeah, it is super exciting. And like you said, the technology itself has evolved, right? It's come a long way uh, since your early days, and it's come a long way even
Yep.
since it's become more popularized and really um, the user experience has increased so much over the last couple of years, right? And it's going to come such a long way in the next 6 months, year, 5 years. It's growing at an exponential rate, both in terms of its capabilities and in its usage,
Yep.
in its adoption across industries and in the workplace. And so all of that's super exciting, and it's exciting to figure out new use cases, to figure out how it can be used more effectively. Um, so as you start to you know move throughout your career and you're figuring out how to use AI and these disruptive technologies more effectively in different types of jobs and different types of organizations, um, could you share perhaps a pivotal moment or project perhaps that significantly shaped your perspective on innovation and leadership? Uh,
Yep.
you're kind of swimming in this space,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
always in
yeah.
it.
You're
But
right.
like, is there anything that specifically sticks out?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, that's a, few years back, 2.5 years back, we actually made a policy in our company, and it was that skill is no more a differentiator. It's how you apply AI to do your job. So we completely changed how our company works, and we forced. And I was like, if sitting in meetings, showing people always shamelessly using AI to do my jobs. Okay. And I was using it and I was promoting it, and I wanted to make sure everybody uses it. To me, it was like, team, we have to and we must use AI for our day-to-day tasks. If you are not using AI, and you know what, there is a, you have to give it to a little bit of a human arrogance where we think I am better than machine, I'm better than AI, right? And what that does is it pushes you into not using AI. You want to say, no, I'm better than AI. But you know what? AI does something, and the misconception that I am better than AI, or AI is an assistant. AI can make us better. And we use AI to do better, like, improve our productivity 20-25 times. We can do things faster, better. That whole thing, by pushing that in the organization, I think that was one of the biggest thing, that, hey, it's no more about what you know, because knowledge is out there and AI can help you to find that. So let's not limit yourself. You know what? You cannot say, oh, this is a new task. You know what? Like 5 years back, you have a new task. You are like, oh, I have to do research. No, you do not have to do research now. Just type, and type few words, few characters, a paragraph, and you will get answer and have a conversation, because now everybody has the AI assistant on their side. They can talk to it. They can do brainstorming for it. It has the world knowledge in it. That whole thing is, to me, the biggest thing. It's such a productivity enhancer. And then building tools for your own workflows. And that's why we actually started our StudioX. Because ultimately you need those workflows. Like everything you do, I do. There 70% of it can be done better using a assistant easily. And that 70% that AI assistant helps. So you know what, your productivity increases, you can do higher quality work. And that is, to me, the biggest thing that has happened, using AI as an assistant to do better. Let AI do some work for you. It's not like I will do it. And it's not competition with the AI. If you make AI your friend, AI is can be a most amazing friend. AI is not super intelligence. So you will control it. You will be able to do some things. Of course, you can let it run amok, but that's a different problem. That's like, the fire. Fire is needed for cooking the food, but it can destroy. So you have to use everything smartly, and you have to be careful. AI is the same way, but you have to use it, and you have to use it to enhance, augment your abilities. That's the C. And I think that is the biggest thing. And I could see, you know what? I had people in the team who had no experience with marketing, and they were shining because they were using AI to create posts. They were using all AI to create social media posts. They were using AI to write posts. Suddenly, English, even my own English. it improved. Suddenly, the quality of what we were writing was like, oh my God, 20 times better than what we used to write. And we have to think almost nothing to write. We say, I want to say this, and it constructs the paragraphs for you. That's the beauty.
Like you said, using AI to augment your capacity, to augment, the types of work that you're already doing. There's a lot of fear out there about displacement. A lot of people, it's like Chicken Little with the sky falling, and a lot of people, are talking about this dystopian future where, the rise of the machines and AI has taken over, and all these concerns. And yes, we need to have concern and appropriate concern. We need to think through the ethical considerations around these technologies and AI usage, and we need to be thoughtful about it. But I don't buy into um, all of this dystopian kind of fear mongering. Largely, I see it as a tool, just like any other tool that we've had at any other stage of the industrialized world. Industrial Revolution 4.0, Industry 4.0. We are automating. We are making our ability to be more efficient is enhanced through AI, just like it was when we invented the wheel, just like it was when we invented the assembly line, just like it was when the internet came online. Now we have AI. It's super disruptive for sure, and it's going to transform how we do a lot of the work that we do, but it's a tool. And if we learn how to utilize the tool to augment the work that we do, it'll allow us to free up a lot of our time, from doing the repetitive types of tasks, to
You
doing
know,
more creative,
yeah.
strategic, the heavy cognitive load tasks, um, that that were suited for that most people wanted to be doing anyways. And
Oh,
so
well,
go ahead.
yeah, I think this is where I see the challenge, okay? And I tell you, I worry about it. I worry about every day because there is a set of people, there is a set of jobs which are just tool jobs, okay? Like the people, India has like about 15 million people working in call centers. All they
Mhm.
are doing is calling, and that's all that person does. Now look at it. I am a 50-year-old person who does all I have done in last 20 years is call center. Okay, I go start my job at 9 a.m., finish at 5 p.m., and that's all I do. And suddenly, call center job will get replaced by a bot, which will take care of the call center for efficiency and quality and security, every reason. Okay, so it will. But now that person is kind of stuck. That person will lose the job. That person has no alternative. That person has no, because right now he or she doesn't have another skill. He or she may not even have motivation, energy, or time or money to learn the new skill. So there is a set of people who will suffer. These are the people who are in really tool jobs. These jobs are like they could have been automated anyway. They were not automated because we were not there. But now you know what, like this. There were people who used to, but when you used to do phone calls, this is old days, okay? And there is a people in exchange who actually by hand connect the connection. So from this call to this call, that's how the panel got
Yeah,
connected and the call happened. Those people, those jobs did get eliminated, right? Because now you don't need them, right? The thing is, those were limited areas, but AI is impacting so broadly. It will impact a very large number of jobs. I think 80, 90 million jobs will get impacted, who will be like suddenly people will find themselves, oh my God, right? Because you know what, learning, creativity, all those things are good, but they are not everybody's cup of tea all the time. And
sure.
you know what, you are dependent. So you know what, so I fear about it. So it will happen. It will. And I think governments, people in position, businesses, we have a responsibility to somehow make time for those people to figure out how we can take them to the next level because there are lot of people. Although, yes, I can see that and it is a fact. AI is making us more efficient, it's increasing the productivity. Is it making safer? You know what? Just imagine Right now, I do on my credit card, I have some questions, some account. You know, but the call goes somewhere in some remote part of the world. Somebody looks at my account. I tell my and accesses all my information and everything, right? Somebody else and another pair of eyes sees my data, right? But if it was a bot running here in California, my data doesn't even leave California then, right? So the American Express has completely protected it, right? Because the data doesn't go to a human and I get the full service, full help. So I see the value benefit. So it will happen. I think it will help for a developing world. It will be a problem because there are people who are doing tool jobs for, but for the developed world, I think it's an essential. I don't think I can even,
Yeah,
I don't think
the
people can survive
reskilling,
without AI.
yeah, the reskilling and the upskilling piece is huge, like you just
Huge.
identified. That's super, super important, and it can't be overlooked. And so that's a huge public policy piece, I think. And it's a workforce piece. It's a huge public policy piece that needs to be addressed as well, that we can't overlook. All right, I want to spend the remainder of our time talking about really the workflow issues and perhaps the common misconceptions and challenges that businesses face when trying to incorporate AI into their workflows. What are some of the things that you have seen the most in the work that you do with organizations and in your current business?
So first of all, sometimes, okay, there are multiple perspectives to the problems, okay? So a different kind of problems. One problem is sometimes some people think of AI as super intelligence
Yeah.
and they expect that, and you know what, it's not super intelligence, it is guided intelligence. You
Hmm.
have to guide and you have to get the answer back out of it, okay? What that means is you cannot just say, hey, uh, tell me the top 10 issues. Okay. Now, what does the top 10 issue means? Is it the top 10 issues filed in last week? Top 10 issues that have been bothering us for last 3 years? Top 10 issues in repetition? Or top 10 issues which give the most pain? Or top 10 issues which cause the most revenue loss? If you don't give the remaining context, AI doesn't know. AI will give an answer. And then sometimes people think, oh, AI cannot answer what the way I wanted it. Yes, it will not, because what you wanted, you have to guide it properly. So that is one of the things that I see a lot with the AI, expecting it to be the super intelligence. Okay. The other issue which I face is people, and the first issue actually shows up in more ways than you believe, because if you don't put all the information in description, you don't ask the question right, you will not get the right answer. So it shows up in the accuracy, quality, and everything. But the next issue which I see a lot is that there is a fear of privacy loss. Okay. And which is, I think there is a systems, there are capabilities nowadays that the data can reside on your premises. So it's AI does not mean all the data will get lost or all the
Yeah.
data has to be cloud. AI can run in your private network on your premises. Okay. So I think so people should start becoming comfortable on that. And the third thing is, somehow because ChatGPT became so popular, so everybody started thinking that is the only AI, the generative AI, where I can use it to write emails, write paragraphs, summarize documents, this, that, and all that. No, I actually believe 70% or little bit more will be always the classic AI. And classic AI is working on prediction of based on the data, classification of the data, finding the anomalies, finding the patterns, taking action based on that, predicting actions based on that, recommendation based on that. I think that classic AI will be a very key part. And just generative AI is not everything. Sometimes people think, oh, I just want generative AI, which is okay. You know what? It is fun. It sounds fun. It is fun to use, and there are a lot of use cases. But there is a value in classic AI, and that thing that I only need generative AI and that's good enough. I think that misconception will go away over time because people will realize I want to see, hey, will my machine stop working? Will my manufacturing will pause? Do I have demand for the product? Well, how is my sales shaping up? How are my all the other things? And those things do not come from generative. That is the classic AI element. And I think classic AI The value of classic AI, people need to keep that in mind that it's not just generative AI.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There are so many tools. There are so many different forms, and there's new um, tools and use cases being released constantly. Like it's hard to keep up and to stay on top of it. Like literally every week, it seems like there's new opportunities, new use cases, new ways to leverage, and new ways to integrate.
Yeah.
And it's a bit overwhelming, but it's also a lot of fun to kind of play around. And I certainly wouldn't recommend that you try to stay on top of everything.
Oh yeah.
You'll end up wasting all of your time. You won't get any work done because you're going to spend all of your time just playing with all the different tools. But you should carve out some of your time to try to follow some of the thought leaders in the space who are, because there are people who are playing with all the different tools, and then they will kind of cull down and they'll tell you what some of the better ones are, and then you can go out and experiment and try what might work best for you in your particular use cases in your particular business. And then figure out what might help you the most in your particular role, in your particular job type, right?
Yep, yep. And and that is the key, right? I think people have to look at it in a very simple way. What do I do every day? And what are the key things that are overwhelming, but they follow a process? What are the things that are very repetitive? What are the things that require a lot of data to analyze to come up with the answer? People have to look at those things and try to see if I use AI to make my life better, right? Can I use AI to make my uh, future better at work? And look at the simple small use cases workflows. Don't get really, as you said, I really like the way you said, you know what, don't try to stay on top of everything, so much going on, but focus on the use case that will help you. And you know what, the biggest advantage is once you do one use case or second use case, you will really start enjoying it. And the more you enjoy it, you will think of more other use cases, and suddenly you will free up time for yourself. And that time for yourself doesn't, you can use it in many ways, but you know what will happen? I tell you, I the more I use AI, I'm able to do more. I became more busy because I was using AI, because I can do more and more, and that's a another, what do you say, snowball effect. I want to do more because I
Mhm.
can do more, and that is the key, right? And but you know what, it is very satisfying because the accomplishment level, the amount of things you can do increases tremendously.
This has just been a really fun conversation. There's so much more we could definitely talk
Yes.
about. But I also note the time. I'm going to have to let you go here in just a minute. Before we wrap things up, I wanted to give you a chance to share with the audience how they can connect with you, find out more about your work, your team, and then give us the final word on the topic for today.
Sure. So, well, LinkedIn is the best platform to reach out to me. Look at LinkedIn, or you can schedule some time with me on 30minutes.com and schedule some time if you want to if you are thinking about it, job loss, or worried, or trying to see how you can give a good kick to your career and make it better, how you can use AI for your work or job or something or your business. Message me, no cost, just talk to me. It's totally okay, we can talk, and I can probably, whatever I know, I can give you guidance based on that. You can talk to more people. I would say, if you are not, please start thinking about AI. You must think about AI, how you can use AI in your business and in your personal life to make things better. AI AI is an amazing assistant, and use it. If you are, I think it's not that the AI people, we are not competing with AI. We are competing with other people who are using AI. Okay, and you are not going to left behind AI. You will left behind by the people who are using AI. So I think everybody should make an effort to learn and use AI somehow to make their job better.
Very well said. This has just been a great conversation. Thank you so much for your many insights and for taking the time to sit down with me and have this conversation. As we wrap up, I do want to encourage the audience to reach out, to get connected, find out more about what you can share with them. And as always, I hope everyone can stay healthy and safe, that you can find meaning and purpose at work each and every day. And I hope you all have a great week.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of the podcast. We hope you stay healthy and safe, and please join us again soon.